I'll try and extend my healing aura to Sydney for you. All right, sitting comfortably. And because we are doing a bit of a restorative class today, if you have some props available, they will be very nice to implement in your practice. Definitely a bolster. So have them handy. So just starting with your hands resting on your knees, palms down, and relax your shoulders down away from your ears, and either closing or half closing your eyes. And just taking a moment here to become present where you are, noticing any sounds or smells around you. Noticing the feeling of the air in your skin and your clothes resting on your body. And as you start to really draw in and become present in your body here and now, just letting go, detaching from the day. And bringing your awareness to your breath. And starting by just noticing your breath, noticing the natural inhale and exhale in and out of your nose. And taking one hand over your belly, just gradually starting to draw your breath down into the lower lobes of your lungs and feeling your belly expand into your palm. Just really emphasizing abdominal breathing, drawing the breath down into the lungs, expanding the belly. And as you exhale, gently contracting through your belly and feeling your belly draw away from your palm. Taking 2 more cycles of your breath in this way. With this nice drawn out breath, we'll move into some Goranga breathing. If you like, you can bring one hand to your chest over your heart center and one hand over your belly, or just placing them wherever they feel comfortable. So with that same nice deep breath, we'll inhale, and as we exhale, say the sound Goranga for the entire length of the exhalation. And we'll do this for 5 repetitions. So you can either sync your breath with mine, or if you're feeling like you just need to go in your own flow, that's okay too. Let's exhale together. Take a breath in. Go. Inhale. Go. Inhale. Go. Inhale. Go. One last time. Inhale. Go. Release your hands back to your knees. Relax into your regular breathing pattern. And just maintaining a really steady, relaxed breath pace throughout our practice today. Really just trying to let go and drop in. The whole practice is meant to be cooling and restorative. So even when we do our standing poses, seeing how much you can release effort and just be in that place of just being, softening, surrendering. So hands to the knees. We're going to start by dropping back into the spine, dropping back into your belly and lowering your chin toward your chest. And then lifting the lower back and the belly forward, gently lifting your chin. Exhaling, dropping back. Inhale, lift and expand forward. Doing that a couple more times. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. And come back to center and taking it round and round in circles and trying to move from the base of your spine, rotating the shoulders around, rotating around through the abdomen. And come back to center and go around in the opposite direction. Good. One last time. Come back to center. Now bring the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side, taking hold of your feet, lifting up nice and tall through your spine, and exhale, folding forward over your feet, lowering your elbows down into your legs, gently encouraging your knees down toward the floor until you feel a nice stretch through the hips and groins. Allowing your head to hang heavy. Softening your shoulders down away from your ears. And now maintaining a butterfly position, but sliding your feet out a little to create a nice broad diamond shape. And folding forward, dropping your forearms so that they're aligned over your lower legs and letting your head hang heavy. So you can just prop yourself up on your forearms here and let it be a nice gentle stretch. If you feel you want to go a little deeper, taking your forearms to the floor in front of your lower legs and ankles and just folding forward, maybe bringing your head down to rest in the arches of your feet. And feeling that length through your spine. Taking one more full deep breath here. Slowly press yourself up. Hands under the knees, hugging your knees in. And coming over onto your belly. All right, we're going to do a little wave like reward with really the base of your spine all the way and just moving the floor with your palms. Inhale, slowly lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. If fingers, hands out. And lift and lower, gradually building up to straight. Let's go one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifting yourself up, coming to hold cobra position with your elbows gently working into your ribs, broadening through your collarbones, pressing the floor away with your palms, and lengthening back into your toes. And you can just gently lift the chin, but keep your gaze soft, gazing down at the tip of your nose. One more breath here. Knees to the floor, tuck your toes, coming back into just a little stretchy, informal downward dog as we begin to prep ourselves for a couple of sun salutations. So just warming up your tissues a little here in downward dog first, and then mosey your feet forward to meet your hands. Belly laying over your thighs, slowly, slowly rolling up, coming all the way up to stand. And finding yourself at the top of your mat, bringing your palms together. We're going to go through two very gentle, slow sun salutations. So inhale, feeling free to move a little intuitively throughout, reaching up. Exhale, soft bend through the knees, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jumping or stepping back into plank position. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog. So finding yourself in downward dog, taking your time. So fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide. Press the floor away and lift into your hips. And gently lengthen your heels down toward the floor. And if that feels too strong on your back or your hamstrings, softly bend through your knees. And maybe today that just feels nice anyway. Whenever I crack my knees a little here, I'm like, oh, you know what? That feels delish. So just finding what feels comfortable for you today. And looking between your hands, jumping or stepping your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. We're going to reverse melt, rolling all the way up to stand. Reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more of the same. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jumping a step back into plank position. And lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog. Settling in here for 3 full breaths. All right. Walking or jumping your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Slowly roll up, taking your time. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now staying where you are at the top of the mat, I'm just going to spin around for you guys. I'm going to reach up and softly bend through the left leg. I'm interlocking my hands like a gun and start to reach over to the left. So the soft bend through the left, reaching over to the left, but really feeling that length and opening through the right side of your body. Inhale, come back to center, soft bend through the right knee, reaching over to the right, feeling the stretch through the left. Let's go one more each side. Inhaling up, exhale, coming over. Inhale and exhale. And over to the side. And up. And release. Hands come down through your heart center, folding forward. Now staying here, we're going to spend a bit of time in standing forward fold. So starting by interlocking or taking hold of your elbows in your hands and just hanging forward over your legs, belly to your thighs, soft bend in your knees. Noticing how that feels and slowly moving with awareness, starting to straighten through your legs. And inhale and exhale, feeling your upper body drop forward, scooping in through your belly. And just hanging here for a couple more breaths. If you like that nice little lullaby rock, you can gently rock your upper body from side to side. Or if you're feeling like a bit of a deeper stretch, hooking your first two fingers around your big toes and really starting to draw your upper body in toward your legs. Trying to keep your face, your mind nice and soft and relaxed. And one more breath here. Beautiful. And lowering your hands to the floor again. And stepping back into plank position, lower down. Inhale, coming into upward dog. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog. Take a breath in downward dog. And then on your next inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Drop your back foot down at a 45-degree angle and bend through the front knee, getting ready to come up into warrior one. So inhale, start by just lifting your torso. And when you come into this position, just doing a quick little assessment, how you're feeling. Do you feel like you just want to have your hands down by your side, palms open? Maybe you want to have your hands in prayer position, or maybe you do feel like you have the energy to take your arms up. Wherever you are in warrior, lifting through your spine and grounding down through your feet. And just practicing being in a strong, strengthening pose, but being of a soft mind. Seeing if you can relax into this yang posture. One more breath here. Good. And as you exhale, releasing your hands down to the floor. We're going to step straight back into downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward, spin the right foot down at a 45-degree angle, setting up your foundation for warrior one, raising your torso up, and pausing here for a moment, and then taking your arms, placing them wherever they feel comfortable and appropriate for today, settling into your breath. And then inhale. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Step back into downward dog. Lower your knees to the floor and take a short rest in child's pose. So bringing your forehead to the floor and arm. Breathing out, just making the most of every breath. One more breath here. And then pressing yourself up to come and sit on your heels. We are going to do one more standing pose, but you might like to grab your bolster and a block. If you don't have props, you can do it without. I'm going to show you how to do it with props first, and then I'm going to remove my props for anyone else, for anyone who's practicing without today. I'm actually personally choosing to practice without today. So coming up to stand in the middle of your mat for our final standing posture, stepping your feet out nice and wide and bringing your toes in a little just so that the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the edges of your mat. lifting through your inner thighs, hands to your hips. Lift, lift, lift through your spine, shoulders down away from your ears. So you've got this really nice, strong standing foundation, and hinge forward at the hips. Hands come to the bolster and then head to the block. You might like to place your hands on the floor. I'm just trying to create a dimension for yourself, a setup for yourself where your spine can be nice and long. The backs of your legs are getting a nice gentle stretch. And your head is able to kind of just rest on a point of contact. You can move one block away if you like, resting your head on the soft surface of the bolster, or without the bolster, folding forward and just allowing your upper body to hang forward, or separating your feet wide enough that you can bring the crown of your head to rest on the floor. Placing your hands wherever they feel comfortable, maybe just forearms passively resting on the floor, or if you want to take your hands and walk them underneath your hips, go ahead. We'll stay here for just a couple more breaths. All right. Hands to the floor, getting ready to make your way out of the pose. So just checking that your legs are switched on first. So strong through the thighs, hands to the hips, and belly in as you lift up. Rotating your feet to face the front of your mat and carefully stepping your foot forward so that you're standing at the top of your mat and ready for a nice little slow flow down to the floor. So inhale, reaching up, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump, step back into plank, and lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Holding here for a moment. And then just taking a little jump into sitting or stepping forward into sitting. And grabbing our friendly bolster and block again. So we're going to do a supported downward dog now. It's a really nice experience. So basically, you're going to be resting your head on a built-up surface. So whether that's a couple of blocks or a block on top of your bolster or just the bolster itself, go ahead and create that surface for yourself, placing it under where your head approximately hangs in your downward dog. And then go ahead and come onto all fours. Setting up your foundation, check that your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide. And tuck the toes, making your way up into downward dog. And you'll notice when you press back, your forehead finds that surface. And you might find that you can access a different experience in downward dog, and it does give it a really nice kind of supported, steady feeling, and take some of the strength out of, not the strength out of, it takes some of the effort out of it being all your shoulders. So just hanging here for a few more breaths. And seeing in this position where you can create ease through lengthening your spine, creating space through your shoulders. Taking one more breath here. And carefully lower your knees to the floor. And just because it's here, I'm just gonna take a little If you want to just turn your head to the side and lay over your props for a moment, please indulge. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Okay, so slide your bolster forward because we might use that in a moment when we do pigeon pose. And just pop your block to the side. And coming onto all fours again, lifting back into downward dog. Raising the right leg up. Exhale, stepping your right foot forward. Drop your back knee down to the floor and flatten out through your back foot. And trying to keep your knee approximately stacked above your ankle. Hands to your front knee. And just dropping into a lunge now. Shoulders down away from your ears. So the next few poses are, once you set up, there's very little effort required. So you can start to sort of turn it in your practice as much as possible now. Staying here for a couple more breaths. And hands to the floor. Moving your foot across the mat and dropping down into pigeon pose. The more you bring your heel in under that left hip or taking it even right under the right hip, the softer and the easier the pose is going to be. The more you dial that foot out, the more intense it's going to be. And just coming forward. Just taking a couple of breaths here. So here is if you would like to lay over your bolster in this position, just having it handy so you can drop forward and rest on the bolster. All right, when you're ready, hands to the floor, stepping back into downward dog. Inhaling, raising the left leg up, stepping your foot forward, back knee to the floor and flatten your back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the floor, walking your foot across to the right side of your mat and dropping down into pigeon, folding forward. One more breath here. Slowly press yourself up. Moving the bolster away. Stepping back into downward dog. And making your way down onto your back, stepping your feet forward and coming down to lay on your back. Going into a very gentle spinal twist. Arms down alongside your body. Feet are about hip width apart. And you're just going to rock your knees from side to side. Taking your knees all the way over to the right. And lifting the knees up and all the way over to the left. Raising your knees back to center. Taking any last little stretches that your body is craving. And then laying down flat on your back for a little relaxation time. So just letting go. So options here for your relaxation. If you would like to take your legs up the wall, you can. The other option is to use your bolster to come into a supported flapping fish, which is like basically laying on your front, turning to your side a little and raising one knee up. And your ear rests on your upper arm, but it's a really nice kind of supported lying in bed position. And it's just like a really nice comforting way to relax. So you can go classical Shavasana if you like, or go ahead and choose one of the other options. So I'll sit up while you guys relax. And just taking this time at the end of your practice to allow all the benefits of the techniques we've just practiced assimilate in your mind and body. Noticing how your mind and body feel after your practice. Feeling the entire back of your body as if it's getting heavier and heavier. And feeling as if the entire front of your body is getting lighter and lighter. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. Now you can continue laying where you are if you like. And we'll finish up our practice with a really short and sweet little kirtan, chanting sacred mantras. If you would like to sit up, just rolling over onto your side and slowly making your way up to a seated position. And make sure I have original sound on. We're going to chant the mantra Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. So if it's your first time with kirtan, it's perfectly okay just to listen and allow the sounds to wash over your mind. And really, kirtan is it's not a technical practice. It's really just so simple. Everyone can do it, and all you need to do is rest your mind in the sacred sound. And it doesn't matter how you sound when you're singing. It doesn't matter if you're getting the tone right. The potency is in the mantra. So even just being in the presence of these sacred sounds has a really beautiful purifying effect on our mind and heart. So joining in as you feel comfortable. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Now it's your turn to sing. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Now my turn. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana, Mohana. Madana Mohana. Last time. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. All right, let's bring our hands together in prayer position, closing off our practice by bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other, and bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul.